So Titans finally debuted on the DC Universe streaming app, and bruh, we need to talk about this shit. By the way, that is a spoiler warning. I don't think I need to say that, but I'm gonna say it anyway because there's really no point in talking about a pilot episode for a show unless you're gonna include some spoilers. In case you have not seen the first episode of Titans on the DC Universe app, either go watch it on the DC Universe app or go watch it on Netflix if you're in another country. But otherwise, I'm going to be talking about some spoiler shit, so you have been warned because I literally just got done watching this shit like, I don't know, like an hour ago, and I can't wait. I have to talk about it. This is like my first blush reaction to the shit. I have 3 basic main rules that I need applied to the show's first episode in order for me to become a viewer long term. Rule number 1, establish clearly the tone of the show, and that goes for the characters as well as the story. You want a cohesive and consistent tone with everything that happens in the show. You don't want the shit jumping around like a kangaroo. Number 2, establish the characters. Make the characters at least intriguing or interesting or badass enough on their own that it makes me invested in seeing them going forward throughout the season. Rule number 3, I need the show to end on enough of a high note that it makes me go, damn, where's the rest of the episode? I want to see more. I can't wait for next week. Give me a reason to want more of the show next week and I'll come back and I'll watch. And I have to say that Titans satisfied me for all 3 of those reasons. Well, okay, maybe 2.5, but I'll get to that in a second. The majority of the pilot actually focuses on Raven and it focuses on Dick Grayson. Grayson, we learned throughout the course of the episode, has not been Raven in quite some time. At least a year, at least that's what they say. And so he's trying to be a detective in Detroit. He's trying to hunker down. He's trying to live a different life. He's trying to grow beyond the shadow of Batman. It's kind of funny because when he comes up against some thugs in an alley later, I mean, he's kind of I'd be intimidated. I would be intimidated if some vigilante just plopped down on a car in front of me and was like, hey, you all need to leave. I'm only here for him. I'd lose my shit and run, but the rest of the criminals, they're so accustomed to Robin showing up with Batman that they immediately go, where's Batman? Where's Batman? Hey, is he here? Oh shit, the kid's alone? Alright. We got this shit. You find out, no, they do not got this shit. Like, not at all. Like, bruh, did you see that fight scene? Holy shit, I was losing my mind while I was watching it, I swear to God. This dude took a guy's face and he just mushed it on a brick wall. I'm pretty sure that guy's skin is part brick now. Like, he has human skin and it's also brick. He's basically made of brick now. He does basically the same thing to this guy's face on a car window. Like, the car window smashed and then he takes the guy's face and then he mushes it on the glass and he's just like, don't ever hit your daughter again or you'll see me again. I'm just like, holy, what the, whoa, okay, we're going there? Nigga, shit! Swear to God, that sequence that sequence was everything. If this show can give me a sequence like that every week or like once every other week, bruh, I swear to God, I'm straight because that fight scene was just, it was everything. It was so brutal. Man, it was just everything that I wanted to see from the fight scenes in the show. That fight scene in the alley did it for me. Right off the bat with that fight scene, you understand what the tone of the show is going to be. I mean, yeah, it's definitely dark. It's definitely heavy emotionally in some spots. It definitely has its gritty edge to it. But it's also a show that feels like it's tailor-made for each individual character. For instance, the scenes with Starfire, yeah, they had some darkness in them, but there was also some lighter moments. Like the time where she burned all these dudes alive and then she just kind of laughs about it afterward and walks out. It was kind of weird seeing Starfire in this episode because she wakes up in this car and this guy next to her is dead. She has no idea who she is or why she's there. These guys show up, they try to kill her. Like throughout the episode, she's trying to pick up the pieces and figure out, okay, how did I get here? Who am I? I don't even really remember who I am. Like, what's going on? But then you realize, okay, that's what they're doing with Starfire's story. She's going to have a memory loss thing, kind of like Jason Bourne. The only thing is, with Jason Bourne, I mean, this is kind of like Jason Bourne before he knows that he's Jason Bourne. In that, there's a sense of discovery with Starfire. Like, you feel like you can go along with her on her story. And as she's learning new things about her, you're going to be learning those things about her too. And eventually, she'll transform into the Starfire that everybody wants to see. It's a very intriguing character direction for Starfire. I'm very interested to see where it goes from here. At the end of the episode, after she burns those 3 guys and then she picks up a picture. Apparently the picture is of a girl she started all these problems over with Konstantin Kovar. She looks at the picture. It's a picture of Raven. So why is Starfire so interested in Raven? I have no idea, but I'm dying to find out. In fact, her memory loss, I'm pretty sure that she's interested to find out too. The thing is, with the whole Jason Bourne angle is that I never felt sexually attracted to Jason Bourne while he was kicking ass. Like, Jason Bourne would be kicking ass in a movie and I'd be like, man, that's awesome. And you know, that'd pretty much be the extent of my brain as far as how it functioned while those scenes were happening. When Starfire is kicking ass, I'm just like, holy shit, she kicked that guy's ass, she punched him across the room, then she used her powers, her eyes glowed green, and she burned these dudes alive, and I'm just like, man, I need the cheeks. But like I said, most of the episode actually focuses on Raven and it focuses on Dick Grayson. You can definitely tell that that's heading towards some kind of mentorship. Some cult that's been chasing Raven throughout the episode. Like there's this cop that tries to take her to this place at the very end, and in the beginning of the episode, the same guy at the end of the episode shows up and he kills her mom. And so in that sense, she's kind of alone and she's scared and she doesn't understand her powers and she doesn't know what the hell's going on, and she goes to Detroit, she finds Dick Grayson and she asks him for his help. And Dick Grayson is kind of put in the awkward position of, okay, this chick obviously knows me, she knows my past, she had a dream about me and my past or something. He's forced to be in the same position that Batman was in when he first started mentoring Dick Grayson, and now Dick Grayson has to do the same thing to Raven. I think that's kind of an interesting dichotomy, because you can do that while also focusing on Dick Grayson trying to find himself. You know, he's trying to figure out where he fits in this whole vigilante thing. Very telling that at the end of the episode, when he went to go save Raven from the cult people or whatever, he didn't go as Robin. Like, he didn't put his outfit on, he actually went as a police officer. So baby steps, Dick Grayson, we'll get there. Raven herself goes, I feel like the actress is going to get better episode by episode. That's the one thing I noticed with her performance. It was kind of up and down for me. Some of her line reading was a little bit off. It's not like she was bad. It's just sometimes I was just kind of like, you're clearly the least experienced actress here. The story in the beginning of the episode actually kind of reminded me of Carrie. You remember that freaky chick who had the telekinetic powers or whatever, and her mom was scared of her but didn't want to tell her that she was scared of her? The biggest disappointment of the episode definitely is the fact that we didn't get a lot of Beast Boy. I mean, you get a scene of Beast Boy at the very end of the episode. Beast Boy apparently transforms into a tiger and steals some video games because, you know, why wouldn't you do that if you have the abilities of Beast Boy? You transform into a tiger and you steal video games. I mean, he's living the dream. But that was really the only scene we get of him. He's all the way in Ohio, Dick Grayson and Raven are in Detroit, and Starfire is all the way in some other country. She's in Austria, I think. I know that everybody in this day and age wants everything to be instant gratification. Everything wants everything that they want and picture in their minds to be right here, right now. I do get that, and I understand how you feel. You have to understand this is an origin show. Like, we're going to build up to these characters. We're going to build them up. We're going to tear them down at times, but ultimately we're leading them on a path of evolution. By the end of the season, I'm sure not only are they going to be a team, but they're going to more resemble their comic iconic counterparts. You're not going to get that right now because they're not even a team yet. A lot of them are still in that discovery phase. Dick Grayson doesn't know what the hell he's doing. I'm just saying, give it time. We'll eventually get there. I know in this day and age, everybody wants everything to be happening right now. I'm just saying, based on this episode, it looks like we're going to have an awesome time building towards what we're going to eventually get. Some of the writing could have been a little bit better. I was disappointed at the lack of Beast Boy, and the actress who plays Raven could have delivered it a little bit better. Overall, this show did the three things that I want from every pilot episode of a new show. It established a dark and gritty tone, but it's also dark without feeling like it's being edgy for no reason. It established the characters. Starfire has a very interesting arc. Dick Grayson and Raven have an interesting arc. Beast Boy gets naked when he transforms. I'm sure that's going to lead somewhere interesting. And at the end of the episode, the scene with Beast Boy and the fact that the next episode is called Hawk and Dove and we didn't even get to see them in this episode tells me that there's some interesting things on the horizon. I'm not going to give it a rating or anything because it's a pilot episode. Like, who the fuck would give a rating to a pilot episode? That's stupid. Alright, so guys, tell me, what did you think about the pilot episode for Titans? Let me know in the comment section below. Let's have a talk about it. Please like and subscribe to the Superfan Show, and as always, if you like what you see, tell me how you feel and stay tuned to hear more from the Man of Steel. Peace!